Welcome back to the F3 podcast with Mike and Jerry. We're back today with the
It
top
is
10 list. Overrated
what a list.
NBA
I'm
players.
not the biggest fan of lists. I'm not list man. You know, I feel I feel lists are just to kind of I don't know keep the hamster wheel going of like clicks and debates.
What's
Like
wrong with that?
he's not number
We
one.
love that.
Like I know, but it just feels a little bit just kind of like is there a real difference? But it's some lists I do like. You know, um, one list I didn't like was Bleacher Report having Jordan Clarkson at 36. Jerry,
Well, technically, they had him at 100. So somebody
okay, my
on
bad. You're
Bleacher
right.
Report had him at
I don't
36.
even feel comfortable having Jordan Clarkson at 100.
I mean, after you,
Do you feel comfortable having?
after you already,
Are you comfortable having
after you get
Jordan?
everybody's
Are you
opinion and you
comfortable
come
having?
through with a number, like that's where he's at now.
Are you comfortable having Jordan
I
Clarkson
am
at
definitely
100?
not.
You think it's Jordan? You think Jordan Clarkson is only worse than 99 other players?
That's
That's
a
a
funny
nice.
way to put
That's
it.
the way I would put it. You think he's only as bad as 99
There's
other
only
players?
99 ahead of him.
Don't get me wrong. Jordan Clarkson's a solid NBA player. Don't get me wrong. He can score like he 1-6 man. He can do
Ex
that.
Laker, shout out to him.
But a top 100 player,
He's in the ballpark. So 100 ain't crazy. So
he's in the hundreds,
definitely in the
but
hundreds.
not 100.
But like 100, 120-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be on the like list of that nature. I don't think so.
He barely cracked it, but yeah.
I don't think he should. I just didn't. I just. I don't know, man. I'm not understanding that. I need to know who didn't make the list so I could have it like 100. Who wasn't on the list on the back end so I can say who should be that 100th
You'd
guy?
have to like go through it and see. I skimmed through like a bunch of them.
Austin Reeves,
Austin Reeves, no way.
Lonnie
Why
Walker,
would they be in 100?
Hendrick Nunn,
You're wildin'. You're a super wildin'.
Malik Monk.
Malik Monk, not top 100. Any
Is
Laker you
Cam
name
John?
from last season is not in that
Did
top
Cam
100.
Johnson make the Did Cam Johnson make the top 100 from the Suns?
That's a good question. I think he did. He should. I feel like he would be in 100
I
before
would feel like
Jordan.
he'd be in 100. Is Jay Crowder in the top
No,
100?
and he shouldn't be.
I feel like Jay Crowder. I feel like I'd rather have Jay Crowder
Then Jordan.
than Clarkson,
I guess it depends
just
what's around you.
overall, just in general.
I think I'm taking Jordan.
You just take
Yeah, I think
Jordan.
I'm taking Jordan.
I mean, he gets buckets, but on a team that like wants to win, I'd rather have Jay Crowder and his
I can't
defense
argue that
and
because
his
Jordan's
hustle,
never won.
his playing hard. Like yeah, obviously, obviously, like Jay Crowder's been an important piece to quite a few teams. Like he like a pretty good role player, like a in the rotation, getting real
What would
minutes,
be
like not a
funny
few
is if
minutes,
he
but
was at 101 and we just don't know it because they didn't release that. That would be
that would be
hilarious.
funny. It's like actually he was next. You know
He's
what
like
I'm
right behind
saying?
him. But yeah, we both got five. So you want me to start first or you start first?
You can go
Okay,
first.
so
You can go
here's my
first.
number five.
I gotta figure out my order. I have them, but I gotta figure out my exact order. We doing
We can do
order,
them in order.
or we just
5 to 1.
doing?
Most overrated
Okay.
NBA players based off that Bleacher Report list. So my number five,
Uh,
I'm gonna start light, very light, and I'm gonna tread lightly because it's kind of sort of my team's franchise player right now. But yeah, LeBron James. He's a
oh
little
wow,
too high. He's at number 8, a little too high.
a little too high.
Yes, he's a little too high. First of all, he's like 40 years old. He should not be in the top 10 with a stamp of approval at this point in his career.
Jerry, he almost won the scoring championship.
Yeah,
That's
but
gotta
I
count
mean
for something.
scoring. If you're on a bad team and you score a lot, you going
So
it's
what? So
possible.
basically, my whole point. So basically, my whole point for Jordan Clarkson, just like
That's why he's 100. There you go. And almost was number 36. He-
LeBron scored 30 though. Jordan Clarkson didn't score 30 points a
yeah,
game. Then I'd
which
feel
he would never
different.
do that. But
I'd feel way different
no, but I'm
about that.
saying I'm starting lightly. This is very light.
So you just, so you don't feel
LeBron shouldn't have been number 8. No,
LeBron.
there's
Wow.
more than 7 players better than Braun right now.
There's more than 7 players better than
Yeah,
LeBron for
yeah,
sure.
for
You,
sure,
you feel
for sure.
like you feel that that's
Yeah, that's
a
strong. Yeah,
strong yes or a light. That's a strong yes or a light
no, that's a
yes.
strong yes. There are 7. There's more than 7 players better than Braun right now, and I love Braun.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So yeah, I'm starting there. His numbers were
Hmm.
amazing, like you mentioned, but they
I
wasn't
feel
doing
like
nothing
that could
towards
be
winning.
true by the
His
huh?
numbers were doing nothing towards winning last season. But that makes sense because he's old now. Like
Okay.
I feel like he's the old guy that
Okay.
can put up numbers, but he can't carry anything. So, but like the top 10 NBA players today can carry you. I feel like he's not in there no more.
I don't even think there's 10 guys that can carry.
Throughout an NBA season to wins, yeah,
Like at a high
yeah.
level?
Like these 10 guys won't miss the playoffs because they're on your team.
10?
Yeah, I
10
think there's
guys?
10 for sure. 10.
10 is, I feel, a reach.
Trey Young made the
I don't know if
playoffs
it's
with just
10.
himself. Who helped Trey get to the
They
playoffs?
were like 500. They were like a little over
But I mean,
500.
he's in
That's
the
barely
playoffs though.
winning.
Like
Uh,
that's
all
what I'm
right.
saying. Like,
All right.
Bron couldn't even
I'm
get
not
us
going
in
to
the
say.
play-in.
So Carl Anthony Towns carried the Timberwolves to winning. Is that what you're saying?
Not really, cause he got Ant with him.
I don't think. I don't think.
Nah, but
Like, I
also
wouldn't
too,
use.
Carl wouldn't be in that top 10. Just to be clear.
I don't even have Carl in my top 20.
Whoa.
Actually, I'm gonna remove somebody and put Carl Anthony
Oh
Towns on
my
that
god.
list.
Okay, this is gonna be a fun one. So that's not my number 5.
Yeah, Carl Anthony Towns.
Who? So you rolling with Towns is number 5.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna remove somebody and put just because when you brought him up. Actually, Jerry, this is your
Oh
fault.
dang,
You brought that up, and I said Carl Anthony Towns, and I really thought
my
about it.
bad,
And was
cat.
like, you know what? He's not a top 20 guy. I saw him on the top 20 list, and I was like, y'all got him higher than Donovan Mitchell?
Oh,
I
I
don't
got some
know.
things
I
about
just
that one.
yeah, I don't think Carl Anthony Towns right now is a top 20 guy. I think he's a pretty good player. He's obviously top 30, of course. He can score. He's the best shooting big man of all time, which he said plenty of times.
I
Um,
don't know what that means, but okay.
it means he can
Or
score,
can shoot.
and he's tall.
The tallest player
He
that can
can
shoot.
shoot, and he's tall. But as we saw in the playoffs, a few times,
So they have him at
I don't know,
16. You
buddy.
say
Like
that's blasphemy.
blasphemy.
Whoa. That's a 9. That's a 10.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's the 16th best. I don't think he's top 20.
They got him above AD.
I, yeah, no way. No.
Hey, man. So, Carl.
I would trade Carl Anthony Towns for AD right now and just be like, I just pray AD
All right,
stays
let me add
healthy. Like,
fuel to your
no.
fire. Carl Anthony Towns is number
All right.
16. His highest
Okay.
rank was number 9. His lowest
See, that's
rank,
that
his
shit.
lowest rank was 23. So he, at minimum,
Who had him 9, Jerry? See, that's the
that's what I want
problem.
to know.
We had this conversation about earlier about lists. Like somebody had Jordan Clarkson at
It might be the
36.
same guy. That's the
Somebody
guy's list I want to see.
yo, who is
I want to
this
see who that
guy?
is.
Yeah, now I feel like there's trolling
Oh,
going
definitely
on.
trolling. A big bag of trolls.
Anthony Towns at 9? At
At 9.
9?
That was his highest rank.
I don't even think he's the best player on his team.
Oh, let me find his teammate.
If we gonna keep it honest,
I'm gonna
huh?
find his teammate. I know one of them because
I don't think he's the
he's on
best
my
player on
he's
his
on my list.
team. I'd take Ant before I take
So Ant
Towns,
is
and it's not
26.
even a question.
They have Ant at 26.
I don't think Ant, I don't think Ant's top 20 yet either, but I'd rather have Ant before I take
His
Town.
highest rank was
I
11,
don't
which
think
is yeah, that's too high. 11. I'm telling you, it's the
11?
same guy. I know it's the same guy.
11?
But his lowest rank is really wild. 53.
Yeah, 53 is pretty
That's
low.
pretty low. 11 is too
I could
high.
see some. I could see somebody having him in the 30s, like
Yeah,
whatever
top 30
highest,
easy.
maybe
Yeah,
40. Because
I can see that. Understandable.
I could see like even like at the highest like 40 because he hasn't proven like it's like you're kind of it depends how you're looking at it because some people look at rankings as
Yeah, I
projecting
feel like they're
the
doing a little bit
season.
of that on this.
Some people are like, what have you actually
Yeah,
done? And some people are just like, what exactly are you right now? So it just kind of depends.
what they're
Everybody
basing it
does the
off of.
rankings
Yeah,
different. 'Cause I know ESPN is always projecting. That's kind of what they say. They're kind of projecting the season.
I think they're doing.
That's
I
why they
think they're
had
doing
Kobe. Like,
potential in this one as well because Paulo made the top 100 as well. So that
well, the top rookies usually do make the top 100 a lot of the time. Like the top rookies who are like good. Like if you're drafted really high, like whatever top three, whatever, and you're like really good, like and people like know you're good, they're gonna have you in the top 100.
yeah. Speaking of that,
That's like that every
my
time.
number 4
Hmm?
guy, he's number 83. I don't know where this guy should be. Maybe in the hundreds. Maybe in the hundreds. Christian
You think Christian Wood's
Wood.
overrated?
I don't know what he is.
What's
I'll be
over? How is
honest.
he overrated? How is he
I'm not saying
overrated?
I didn't say those words, but he's on my
But what's
list
over?
because
But I'm saying like what's if anything he can't
you want
be
to. I'm
underrated
gonna
at
tell
that
you why
point
he's here.
because his
He's here because I was told he's better than he was top 30 at one time. That's what I was told. That was told to me. He's top 30. At one point in time, somebody told me, I'm not gonna say any names, but he's sitting right here next to me online. Somebody told me he was better than CJ McCollum. Better than CJ McCollum.
just watch. Just watch.
He's better.
Just watch.
And the one
Just
I hate
watch.
the most, he's
Just
called
watch.
AD Light. Stop calling him AD Light.
On offense,
I don't
he
want to hear it.
is. Zach Lowe literally said it on his
Zach Lowe,
podcast.
I don't want to hear it. Michael Victorian, I don't want to hear it. Jeff Van Gundy, I don't
Yo,
want
I
to hear it.
recorded.
Mark Jackson, with
Yo,
all
I
due
screen
respect, I
recorded.
don't want to hear it.
Yo, I screen recorded it and forgot to send it to you. I was like, he said exactly
I
what
don't
I
want to hear
said.
it.
He's not. He's 80
No.
light. He's 80
AD
light
Light
on
means you play
offense.
offense and you play defense.
We just said on
I don't want to
offense.
hear that on offense stuff.
He's 80 light. He's 80 light that can actually
Anthony
shoot
Edwards
threes
is
on
Michael Jordan
offense.
on offense. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I mean,
I don't want to hear it.
athletically,
Matter of fact,
I don't think
I
Christian
want an
Wood would be.
apology. I was told all these things, and I've not seen any of them. Matter of fact, I want an apology. And shout out to Trey. I want to say Trey's a good man.
Listen,
I watched this man
listen.
get on board the AD train. I mean the AD light train with a smile. He thought he was going somewhere.
First of all, he was. First of all, Trey was on the Jeremy Lin train. That man can't be trusted with anything.
See,
He
that's the
cried
problem.
over. He cried over. He cried over a playoff game. Jeremy Lin turned over the ball. That man can't be trusted with any train.
See, that's the problem.
No
And he got
train.
on this train. I'm glad he got off. He found it. He came to his senses. He
No,
got off.
he don't
He got
understand.
off running,
He don't understand.
but he came to his senses.
Listen. I guarantee you, by the middle of the season, everybody's gonna have a different way of looking at Christian Wood with him and Luka balling. I guarantee. Christian Wood, all preseason, just about every game, 20 and 10, super efficient, hitting threes, going crazy. Just watch. Just watch.
I'm watching. I've been watching.
Just
We all
watch.
watch together.
Just watch. You're gonna see. You're gonna see now that he's on like an actual real team and not like, a G League team. You're gonna see like how good he is around good players that can actually pass the
I'm writing
ball.
all
You're
this
gonna
down.
see.
I'm writing it all down.
Keep it. Note
Matter
it.
of fact, producer Trey, I'm gonna need
Note
that
it.
on sticky
Please.
notes.
This podcast is recorded. We are posting this. It's gonna
Best
be
believe
up.
I'm screen recording
Now listen.
everything.
Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm dying on this hill for
I'm
now.
glad you're on
I'm
that
on this
hill.
hill.
Thank you.
Listen,
Appreciate that.
I'm on this hill.
Appreciate it.
I'm on this hill. Christian Wood, by the middle of the season, everybody's gonna look at him completely different. Like, oh man, Christian Wood's so good. Just watch. I'm just saying, man.
Who's your number 4?
It's cool. Respect Wood.
Who's your number four?
My number four player, Jordan Poole.
Wow.
Jordan Poole
Wow.
just got
He did
paid.
get paid 140, 4 years. Take
140,
that,
man. Shout
Draymond.
out to him, yeah. Mm,
I
140.
bet that hurt.
140. Listen,
140.
I'll take a punch for 140.
I would too.
Like I'll get knocked out for
It's worth it.
140. Like it's
Draymond,
like
right
it's
here.
100% every time. Listen, let me call my accountant right quick. We good? We good? Did it go
Let me
through? All right,
go ahead. Do your
everything's good,
thing.
yo. You saw them. You saw them like dabbing each other up before
No,
the
I didn't
game.
see that.
They showed that. No, they showed like before the last preseason game. Draymond was dapping everybody up. They dap each other up and stuff. Like
Sad, man.
it's
They
all
gotta fake it till
business.
they
You know what I'm
make it,
saying?
or fake it till Draymond get traded.
Hey man, I don't think Draymond gets
You
traded.
know,
I heard people say that. I don't think Draymond gets traded though.
it might be
Traded?
hard. It
I
might
don't
be
think he
hard.
gets traded.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen though.
I don't think I don't think it'd be hard. Honestly, I just don't think they'll do it.
Why not?
I think because they actually want their number one thing this year is winning a title. So I don't think they would trade Draymond just to like get some asset back. I think they're bent on winning the title this year. So Draymond is there. I think they're all in winning a title,
I can see that.
and they look good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks. I don't
So
know,
why
man.
you
They
have
look
Poole
good.
overrated?
I think Jordan Poole's a good player. I think he has a lot of
Yeah.
talent. I think what he is right now is he is a little bit more of like he does a lot of cool things on the court, a lot of flashy stuff, and I feel like in general from like fans and just you can get caught up in that. He's a good player, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but I feel like a lot of people feel like he's a way better player than what he actually is. He was okay in the playoffs.
Yeah, he was okay.
Like yeah, some games he didn't even show up. It was like,
Yeah,
he's
I
cool.
think this.
Like he wasn't that great in the playoffs. He was whatever. He was okay most of the time in the
It's
playoffs.
one of those you got
Like
to
he was
do
like,
it.
okay,
You
Jordan.
got to do it. Like Aiden, you got to do it.
Oh, they
Yeah,
had to do it. They had no
yeah.
choice. I understand why they paid him 140 million. I'm just talking about as what he is right now, and
Compared
kind
to
of
that,
like
yeah,
people already jumping on like what he can be as a star. Is like, hold on, now you sure? Like the star thing, just kind of people throw around the word star so
that's
much.
a lot.
Like I heard a really good quote. I forgot what I was listening to, and they somebody said, yeah, like he might X player might be a star on your team. That doesn't mean he's a star on
Any
any
team, yeah,
team. And that actually makes a lot of sense because like that goes from fans and uh, hometown media. You know how to talk about their players. Every team has their
yeah.
star. Well, he wouldn't be a star on another team. He's a star because he just happens to be your best player. He's not a star though. You know what I'm
That makes
saying?
sense.
Like I feel that's a really good quote. When I heard, I was like, yeah, that makes so much
Yeah,
sense.
cause I
Like
even do that sometimes where I make a guy a star based off of his team, not necessarily like if you took him off that team.
I think most people tend to do that. That's why we
In
get
those,
the
yeah,
star word
in those
thrown
roles.
around so much. It's
I'm
like
with you on that one.
a star compared to who?
Yeah,
Like, you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I'm a huge Evan Mobley fan, but I can't quite call him a star
Yeah,
yet.
I got you.
Not yet. I can't say that yet. Like, it's close, but I can't say
I thought
that
you was
yet.
about to say it's coming.
It is coming, just not yet. It might be this year. It might be 2 years from now. Whenever it
Pause.
gets here, it's gonna be here. But but yeah, I feel like I don't feel like it's a huge like uh in terms of like being overrated. Like for Jordan Poole, I just think that he's overrated in terms of what I see by how the media talks about him sometimes, how the fans talk about him. It's like Jordan Poole's good, but what team would he be the best player
Ooh,
on? How many teams would he be the best player on?
5 teams he'd be the best
Like
player on.
actually, like arguably the best player. The bad ones.
Ooh,
So is it? So is he a star? That's what I'm saying. Like, is he like for real a future star? You sure?
Maybe Orlando.
Like, sure. Honestly, no. I take Franz over Jordan Poole, and it's not close right now.
Ooh,
Franz
I'm
Wagner,
running low on
pretty
options then.
good.
God dang.
I will take Franz Wagner over Jordan Poole, and it's
Cause
easy. Give me the
it's not
16
the
guy who can
Pistons.
pass, shoot. Yeah, give me the 16 guy who can pass, shoot, dribble, and do all that stuff. Like, no. Who?
Pacers.
You for sure take Poole over Halliburton?
But as the best player right now, he probably would be the best player if
You for
they
sure take Poole over Halliburton? You
they're using
sure?
him as a number one.
Halliburton,
I think
huh?
Would use Poole as a number one.
But I'm saying best player. I'm not talking about some number one scoring option. I'm talking about best player. I
That'd
can't
probably be
say
his
he's
best
better
spot.
than I can't say he's better than Halliburton right now. You know what?
I think the Pacers is the one. I can't think of anybody else.
That's a
Yeah,
stretch too.
that's crazy.
You're really stretching that one. Like it's like, oh, Spurs, Spurs. But I do like
I was about to
Keldon
say Keldon
Johnson.
Johnson.
Keldon Johnson is Keldon Johnson is
Keldon Johnson is
probably
not
on
a
the
scrub.
most. Keldon Johnson is really good. I don't know how he only got 80 some $1 million. I was like, that's
Yeah,
all you
how'd you not
got?
get more from them? They're not even looking to spend nowhere else.
Bro, I don't understand. Yeah, if Jordan Poole got 140, I'd be like, hey, I'm not gonna sign right now. I'm gonna sign next year, and then we'll talk it
Man,
over.
that's tough. I
I
think that's the only
I
two
can't say for
candidates.
sure. I can't say for sure he's. Yeah, it's like it's not. That's what I'm saying. So like, Star, you sure?
Star is crazy on Jordan Poole right now.
But that's what a lot of what I hear about him projecting and just like his future. And it's like, yeah, it's a lot of people that's been projected to have great futures, and you keep projecting. Like, what are you doing
Cam
right now?
Reddish. Cam Reddish, man.
I listened to Bill Simmons podcast, and he said I'm out. He said I can't do the Cam Reddish anymore. It's
I'm
it's
with you,
bad.
Bill.
I recorded that one. I recorded that
I'm
one
with
too,
you,
Jerry. I
Bill.
got to.
I'm with you, Bill.
Yo, Jerry, I won this one
Oh my
flawlessly, man. I
God.
won this
My
one.
son is giving me
Yo, but
zero
the thing about
ammo,
it
son.
is, the thing about it is, Jerry, it was exactly how I felt when I was like, bro, he hasn't been good since high school. Something's not that doesn't make sense. Like he Cam Reddish and all his like cult fans, because he has a lot of internet cult fans
Cold
because he
fans.
was so popular in high
He'd be
school.
a
He has
perfect
a lot of
rocket.
internet cult. Oh yeah, yeah. He oh my God. Like on Reddit and Twitter, Cam Reddish cult fans, they'll die for Cam
That
Reddish.
playoff man, that
But
playoff game just gave us so much.
Cam Reddish, he scored X amount of points in a playoff game, was playing great defense. He's amazing. Just wait. He's still
He's the
waiting.
opposite of Jimmy.
Like they bring up, him being on a team on Duke with
And
Barrett and
Zion.
Zion. I'm like, well, he's had the ball in his hands his whole career. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get to do that. Okay. I mean, it it just all the signs were like when has he been good since high school? And I'm like, he's still not good. Like and I think the biggest thing is with players, it's not the fact that it's not the fact that he can't be
Yeah.
good. It's when I was listening to when I was listening to Austin Rivers on a podcast, he was talking about the mentality of being a role
Yeah.
player. And a lot of guys, because Austin Rivers was like a super he was like the number one player in high school. He was supposed like his mindset was thinking he
A
was gonna be a
star, yeah.
superstar. And that's probably what most people thought he was gonna be too coming out of high school and everything, going to Duke and like, oh, he's gonna be a star, just give it, you know what I'm saying?
That
And
reality
time
check.
kind of passed by, and then he started getting less opportunities because newer people were drafted, and all that kind of stuff that happens just with new front offices and coaching, and then whatever may happen, and then all of a sudden, like you're kind of like fighting in the league to like stay around, and now you got to kind of change your mindset, and I think that's what happens to a lot of guys. They never change their mindset from I'm the guy to like
Let me be one
I'm
of the
just one of the
guys. Yeah.
guys. I got to figure out how I can like fit in and give more to the team in this way. Maybe not necessarily. I might not be able to get 8 shots every night or 10. I might not get a lot of looks, but I'm gonna do everything else with my best to like help the team. And a lot of players just can't change that mindset. Who were like always seen as stars.
Speaking
You
of
know what I'm
role
saying?
players, my number three
Defense.
guy.
Three.
This guy's career, I don't know, man. You're gonna agree with this one, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It's Rudy Gobert.
I wonder if we're gonna have one of the same guys on our
That'll be
list.
interesting. I feel like we won't because I tried my hardest to like try not to do it. So I'm pretty sure we won't. Matter of fact, I can guarantee you we won't if you don't have Rudy. I
Huh?
can guarantee you we won't have the same.
Okay.
So my number 3 guy is Rudy. They have him at number
Rudy
20.
Gobert.
That is too
See, here's
too high.
See, here's the thing about Rudy Gobert. He is really the Rudy Gobert is really the hardest player
To
to
assess,
ever to properly
yes.
gauge because it's it's so far apart between the people who like him and the people who don't like him. It's like two different like we're on two different sides of this battle and we are fighting like it's no middle
No, it's
ground.
not.
It is
It's
all like
not.
you don't like Rudy
He's
Gobert
one. He's
and
one of
you
those
really
rare
like
players.
Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
He is definitely the rare player of just like it. He's like
Yes.
Russ in
Yes.
the
Yes.
sense, like
Yes.
he's definitely
Yes.
like there's a few that's like you either don't like this guy player or you like nah it's not his fault.
See,
It's like it's
here's the
two
thing.
sides of that.
So based off of this, their list, they're telling us
Mm-hmm.
that Rudy Gobert was the best player in Utah. And this is also who they have him better than: Pascal Siakam,
Mm-hmm.
Zach Levine, Ant Man,
Mm-hmm.
Bradley Beal,
Mm-hmm.
Ingram,
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
They have him better than Zion, and they have him better
Mm-hmm.
than Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
All those guys, they have him better than them, which tells me they think he was the best player in Utah because they got him above Mitchell. Don't get me wrong, he's a great defender. We all know that.
Here's the thing: best and valuable cannot always be the same.
Exactly.
I think Rudy might have been the most valuable
Because of the
because
pieces on that team, yeah. Yes.
they're nothing on defense without they he literally makes them a good
Yes.
defensive
You watch
team.
playoff
Like
games
they're
and you
stepping
like,
on the floor.
I found myself doing this last season. I felt sorry for the man because he was doing so much
Because
on defense.
you look at defenders around him, it's like, dear God, what did y'all
It was him and
do?
four
Like it's
non-defenders
nothing.
every play.
It was a bunch of losers on defense. They could score the ball, but on defense, just a bunch of losers. Like, I don't understand. Like, just
But
all
yeah,
bad.
they have
Donovan
him
Mitchell
at
just
20. I'm like, that is too much, man. That's too high. All those guys I
okay.
list,
Where would
they
you
should
have
be
Rudy?
above him.
Where would you have Rudy?
Rudy will be in my
Where is he?
30s.
Where Esther?
Yes, he would
30s?
definitely be in my 30s.
I'm not mad at 30s. It's just hard because like statistically, he is the best defensive player in the
Well,
NBA,
yeah,
and it's like all of it,
which is
like
accurate.
everything
Yeah,
shows
that's
that.
accurate.
Like everything shows that, and it's like people just won't see it. But I'm like, dude, the one thing that's the biggest problem. I don't know if I said this in the chat. I think the biggest problem for guys like Rudy is people don't realize people see the shots that people score on him.
Yeah,
You don't realize how many times a game somebody went in the lane and they're just like, nah,
thought
I'm
better
good.
of it. Yep.
Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm gonna pass
Or
it out.
tried them and it didn't
Nah,
go well.
okay. Yeah, it didn't go well, but just like the amount of times people just didn't do what they thought they were gonna do because Rudy
And
Gobert
sitting
is
there
just
waiting
standing
on them.
there
Yeah.
and sitting there waiting. Like you can't put a number on that. Like there's no stat for that. I feel like people with centers that are really good at defense, especially or really good defensive players in general, like Draymond's one of those
Yeah.
guys too. But just Rudy being in the paint, how big he is, pause, just imposing like his length and everything, people change their mind. It's like, oh no, not today.
Yeah.
Like players like oh I'm not scared of Rudy. All right, we'll
Try
try to
me.
dunk it every
Try me.
time. Why aren't y'all trying more than to
Yeah,
score on
you know
him?
better.
Because y'all not really trying that
You know better.
much. Just the times we see the times that y'all do score on him, but we don't see the other 60 possessions y'all didn't even think about trying to go in the paint. Like that's the hard part for me when I look at a player like him because people just don't look at the game like
No,
that.
definitely.
Like in
Especially
that,
it's
that's a
offensive.
little bit.
It's an
You
offensive
got to
game
look a little bit further on just a play by play. Like, hey, he didn't get a stat for that, but he messed up that whole offensive
throughout
possession.
the whole season
Like
too.
he me-
That's
like he messed up that whole offensive possession for the other team just by
Nah,
being
if
on
you
the
watch the
court.
Jazz play, especially
And that,
last year, you see how valuable he was. But to say he's number 20 in the
yeah.
whole league, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
Okay. Okay.
You're
Um,
number 3 guy.
my number three guy, I like this player. Don't get me wrong. I gotta lead with
Lead with
love,
love.
before I
I
get
feel
to a
like I
little
know who
hate.
this is.
Um, Scotty Barnes.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
who I thought it was.
I feel like Scotty Barnes is a good
they
player.
have him at.
I feel like
They
he's a
have him
really good player.
tied at 41 with Fran VanVleet.
I feel like he's a really good player, but I feel like where people are projecting him just in like seeing him is like, you think that guy's gonna be a star? Like, I'm not quite sold on that one. Like, you wouldn't
Scotty as a
trade
star.
with the team you have now for KD? Like, never? You sure about
Yeah, that's
that?
wild.
Like,
That's wild.
You think Scotty Barnes is gonna be that good? You sure? Like, you sure? Like, that's Kevin Durant still. Like, you sure? Like, he's untradeable for Kevin Durant? Like, really?
Nah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of Scotty Barnes. I love his all around game, defend multiple positions, handle the ball, pass.
Very versatile. Oh
Um,
my goodness, very versatile.
his shooting looks improved over the summer. Just watching him shoot, he's gonna need to work on just his scoring, like to polish his game up to get his own shot, things of that nature. Just because it's never really been his mentality, just being a
Yeah.
scorer. That's not his thing. But I just feel people are projecting a little bit too high, and I'm not sure he's gonna reach those heights as a player. The not trading, not saying he's just off the
Untouchable is
table
crazy.
trading for KD.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like for KD, like that's Kevin Durant. You put Kevin Durant on that Raptors team, and it's like, oh my god,
Championship level.
like they're the
Yeah.
favorites. Like yeah,
Easily
you
favorites. Oh
know,
my goodness.
that's my only reason though. It isn't to say he's not good. I just feel like people kind of projecting up as a star a little bit too high, and I don't feel like I've seen that enough to be like, oh yeah, that guy's gonna be like a 25 points per game scorer on offense. I don't quite see that.
Nah, I don't see that either. So you
Yeah,
got Scotty. Okay, so my number 2 guy.
you weren't
I
expecting
was
that
not
one.
expecting that. You might
No,
expect
no,
this
no.
one though.
Listen, I thought
My number 2 guy. Trey might want to queue
who
up the
is this?
flagrant on this one. It's about to get flagrant. Shea Gildress Alexander. They got him at 33.
Whoa,
Are you kidding me? 33? This dude is not top 35 in my NBA. No, he's not. He is not top 35 in my NBA. He's
there.
talented. Don't get me wrong.
Um,
He's talented. But what talented guard can't average 24 points on 19 shots? Who can't do that? Who can't come to crypto and beat their chest after they hit a big shot when they were
Head,
-1 in the game before they hit the
head.
big three to end the game and send us home?
I
I don't want to
can't.
hear
I
it.
can't side with
You
you.
don't come in my arena shooting 36% and beating your chest. That's not what you do.
Everybody came in y'all arena and
I
beat
don't
their
want to
chest in your
hear
arena
it.
last year. Everybody came to Crypto Arena and beat y'all last year. What are you talking about? He wasn't the
He
only
is
one.
not a top NBA player. Let me put this at the end. Yet.
I I I gotta the same way how I feel how what I said about Jordan Poole is like no Shea's already that good as a player. The team's just been terrible.
I mean, he's there.
Like he's they were competitive until they sit him.
Competitive.
They were like, hey,
Competitive
we're too
what? Competitive tankers?
dude. They were close to the play in each time before they just decided to sit him. They were right
I don't
there.
buy
They
it.
weren't they weren't
I don't
bad.
buy it.
Go look at the roster. Go look at the roster last year and the year before,
FOH,
and like,
buddy.
why is that team? I'm just saying, it's a reason they sat him out the past couple years. It's like they were playing too well to like not be one of the worst teams in the league with
That's
him.
another thing. How about you play sometime, kid?
You think that's his fault?
It's partly his fault.
You think he was
If he
like,
had
yeah,
that dog, if he had
Preston's
that
like,
dog in him, he would play. He ain't got that dog in him. Yeah,
he got that
yeah.
180. 205. Like, all right. Like, but that is one guy like that I think about because of what OKC is doing, and he's already really good. It's like he's in a weird spot, so it's like he's kind of waiting on the rest of the team, but you can get
Oh
tired
yeah,
of like losing. It's just
that could be a
like,
long term
hey,
thing right there.
like what's going on? Like he's only 24, like he's still really young, but he's already a really good player. Like he's a really good player, and because he's on this rebuilding, super tanking OKC team, it's just put him in a weird spot. Like a very weird spot of like a really good player being in this situation where the organization is going with this certain path of getting assets, tanking, and things of that nature. And he just kind of has to be like, all right, he just kind of has to trust him. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like wanting to be
Yeah, he
good,
definitely trusts
which
him.
I mean, and for him, it's like I'm already good. Like when y'all
Let
gonna
me prove it.
find people that can be good too. Like I want to like I'm good enough to
He should
like
be winning some type of awards,
be in the
man. Doing
playoff.
something.
Yeah, like I'm good. Like I'm good enough to be like all star, but we keep doing this every year. I'm never gonna be
Nah,
like
definitely
that
not.
because we keep, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So who's your number two guy?
but yeah, James Edwards
Let's
Arbor is my number
go.
two guy.
Let's go. Personal interest.
Even after not being good in the playoffs, he's still high on all these lists. I'm like,
I don't know.
what is
Maybe
wrong?
Trey was in on that one.
Bro, they just won't let it go. They just won't see the light.
So
Like,
Harden was
yo,
ranked number
he
18. His highest rank was 8, which I'm pretty sure Trey has some influence on. His lowest rank.
yo, I think the same guy. I think the same guy did the Carl Anthony Towns
And
9,
the
the
Jordan
Jordan
Clarkson.
Clarkson 36.
That's definitely him. It's
Yeah,
definitely him. I've conceded
it's
that
like
it's him.
this guy is a repeat
His
offender.
lowest rank
Like,
is
who
28,
is
by the
this
way,
man?
which we know Trey didn't do.
No, Trey would fight us if we told him that. We had to fight to the
What do
death.
you mean close to 30?
30?
So their reason for putting him at
No.
18 was how good he'll look in the pick and roll with Joel. Like any point guard can look good throwing it to Joel.
He's motherfucking John Stockton. He's the
Black
Black
John
John
Stockton.
Stockton now. Black John
Yeah,
Stockton. Black John Stockton.
he's met him athletically by now.
Oh, they in the same
Yeah,
realm now. He's just huskier. He's just husky. You know what I'm
Dusty
saying?
James,
A little bit more power. You know what I'm saying?
definitely more thick.
Yeah, man. I just, I don't know, man. I'm not. I saw some. I've seen some preseason Sixers, and let me just say, not really impressed with the beard, man. I'm not impressed. The first thing to go when you become like a lesser player is getting to the free throw line. Hart just doesn't get to the basket like that no more. He just
He
doesn't.
has no.
It's just not.
The lift is
It's
gone.
just not there. Like he gets every now and
Yeah.
then, but at one point it felt like it was like he can get to the basket whenever he feels like, and now it's like he has to really craft his way to the basket with everything he's got.
So troll.
Unless he gets like a clear lane or something like that, or he manipulates the pick and roll or whatever. But he can't just get by. He's shooting just a lot of threes because you're not getting
He's not
to.
gonna take a midi.
Feels like even more just lazy threes. Yeah, I don't like. He's not even the second best player on his team.
I don't think so either.
He definitely can't be 18. I don't even think he's better than Maxi right now. If I'm gonna be totally
No.
serious, I definitely don't. Maxi looks amazing in the preseason.
He looks unstoppable,
I'm
which
like,
is
whoa, like,
crazy.
bro. I just didn't see. Maybe maybe Morey was right about the Maxi thing.
because he didn't want to let him go.
I don't know what he saw, but whatever he saw, like Maxi is. I can see Maxi getting like 24 points, 25 points a game next
Oh
year.
dang, 25.
He averaged like 20. He averaged like 20 this past season. Like right at, he was like right at 20. So I could see him getting to like 24 or 25.
I could see
I
somewhere
could see
between 20
that.
and 25. Yeah,
Actually looks amazing. Like wow.
25 may be a
Like
little
he
too high,
looks.
but I could see 23, 23 ish.
I could see him getting to 25 and Embiid just not being at 30 no more.
Oh,
Embiid kind
coming
of
down a
being
little
at
bit.
27. Like coming down a little bit, Max going up a little bit. I could see that kind of like even out something. Harden being like around like 16, 14, you know.
9 assists, like 4 of them cheap,
He gonna get to the assists. He gonna get to the assists,
half of
bro.
them cheap.
I know you saw them
I
Luka
saw them
assists.
joints.
Jared, have you ever seen James Harden pass like that?
No, those passes were
Bro,
insane.
those assists were amazing. Bro, I don't even know which one was the
That's
best
the crazy
one.
thing. I don't know which one's the best, and I'm like, how did he even get all three
I
of
don't
those
even know which one
off?
was the best.
Like, what was he thinking?
Bro, it was the post up one. He just flicked
Behind
over
his
like
head, I was like,
that, and
what?
then he had the just behind his. I was like, Luca,
Even that
what
first
is
one,
you
he just
on,
flicked his wrist. I was like,
bro? The one he
what?
flicked his wrist like just easily in the corner was like,
I don't even
bro.
think the guys were ready to
Then he had
catch
the
it.
behind the back one. The behind his back one was perfect, and then there's the over the head one was
I was
just
like,
like you didn't
what?
even have to do that, but
The angle of
whatever.
that behind the back one
I
was
think
crazy.
I think I like the flick of the wrist one the
I
first
love
time.
that one.
That pass was crazy.
I love that one.
That pass was he like that pass
The
was
behind the
crazy.
bet,
I
the
was
behind the
like,
head one looked the flyest though.
I'm like, how many players in the league making those
Ooh,
passes? I think Jokic, him, and who else?
ooh, Braun can make those.
Braun. Yeah, Braun for sure. Who else?
It's
I don't
probably just them
know.
three though
Probably just those three. To even have the
to
strength to
get it
make
there.
those
Yeah,
passes, like how they
and on target.
bro, got there so quick.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, it was like there's no time.
So you got
Yeah,
PI,
no, that was
PI,
PI, man.
personal interest.
PI.
Shout out to Trey.
Edward. Edward.
Trey's
Who's your
my number one guy.
who's your number one
My
guy,
number
man?
one guy. You thought I got flagrant with Shea. It might get a little more flagrant with this one. My number one guy.
Are you about to say, hold on. Are you about to say like Luca or something?
Why would I go with my nephew?
I don't know, man. I feel like you about to get out
Wait,
of pocket.
why would I go on that hill? I'm not down on that hill.
I
Who
don't
am I?
know.
I'm not Trey.
I don't know where you going.
What?
I feel like you have bad intentions. Like you have bad
I don't
intentions.
have bad intentions, but I
All
do
right,
have
all
a
right.
badly ranked player right here. Jimmy Butler. They have him at number 11. That is too high, bruh. It is more than 10 guys in the NBA that I want, you want, Eric Spoelstra wants, Pat Riley wants, the whole Mickey Arison, the owner wants. There's more than 10 guys that all of us want right now than Jimmy Butler. 11 is
Listen,
too high.
listen, I'll never speak bad on James Butler.
James Butler.
I'll never
He's a
speak.
TikTok star,
I'll never speak bad.
but he
I'll never
he is
speak bad
not a
on
top
James
10
Butler.
NBA player.
I'll
Well,
never speak bad
technically
on
they don't have
James
him at top
Butler.
10, but 11 is pretty close. So I'm like, you can't have a number 11 player who's like never had an NBA MVP season. Like, what MVP caliber season have we seen from Jimmy?
I don't know, man. He's been to conference finals with like
That's
four of the
cool.
past 5 years and
Do
NBA
it in the regular
finals.
season, bro. Do it in the regular season. So I looked up his.
So you
I looked up his.
hold on. So you're counting more for regular
No,
season than playoff
I'm
performance? This is
saying be the same guy. Be close to or a little bit better in the playoffs and the regular season. You choose which one. Harden. Harden chooses the reverse. He's the better in the regular season than he is in
I'd rather
in the
have Jimmy
playoffs, but he's
Butler.
not a bumming
I'd
either.
rather have I'd rather have the Jimmy Butler. I'd rather be like really good in playoffs, gonna show up. Give me that, please.
But he's
Thank
not even
you.
close to consistent.
Every
So I
day.
looked up his MVP share numbers, right?
All right.
MVP share numbers are a player's total number of MVP votes divided by how many votes are possible that season. Make sense? So,
Yeah.
for instance, the example they gave when I was looking it up was Tim Duncan in 02, 03. He had
Right.
962 total votes of the 1190 votes. So his
Mm-hmm.
MVP shares was .80.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy's for his career is 0.014. That is a super duper low number. Active players he's in company with right now, they have that same number for their career. Your favorite, Rajon Rondo and Rudy Gobert. He's had the equal MVP seasons to those two guys. And they've never been on that level. Top 11? Come on now. Guys that are retired, all-time guys in his same company. Bill Laimbeer and Joe Dumars. Who had them at number 11 ever? Ever. Oh, you think it's crazy? Let me get a little more crazier. Guys who have a better MVP percentage for their careers right now in the NBA and previously. Julius Randle has a better percentage. Al Jefferson, better percentage. DeMar DeRozan, better percentage.
Oh no.
Draymond Green, better percentage. Joakim Noah, better percentage. Ben Wallace, better percentage. Jimmy Butler,
Oh
do it in
no.
the regular season, bro. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Don't give me number 11. No. That's my number one guy. Too high.
Oh man. You know what? I'll agree with you just for them sick ass locks he wore all summer. Like, you know what? You can't be a top. You can't be a top. You cannot be a top player wearing that shit, Jimmy. Take that shit out your head right now, man. Take that shit out. Take that shit out. Man. You can't do that. Don't do
So
that to
those are
me, man.
locks.
You can't. It's the locks. Like I don't care about all that shit you said. All that other stuff you said is cool. With me, I'll agree with you. Like the locks should have been your first point out of like actually, you're right.
The
The
locks
lock
unlocked
is
you.
the locks. Out of control, man. Like, out of control. The locks is out of
So
control.
who's your number one guy? I feel like I know
I
this one
was I
actually.
was crying. I was crying with the Rajon Rondo thing.
Yo, same. He's
That was
there. Rondo and Gobert. They're in the same company.
I feel like you know my answer because I feel like you might have seen it on Twitter.
That's exactly what I saw. So I know who it is. Okay.
I
I'll
know
let you
that.
say it though. I disagree, but I'm gonna let you say it.
Is a Mellow Ball a
Oh, it's about to
star?
get
Is he
flagrant.
really like a for real?
It's about to get
Is he
flagrant.
really or is he really popular? Is he is he more offensive Ben Simmons?
Which is not a bad
Is
player.
he a
It's not a
star
bad
by
player.
is he a star no I'm talking about is he a star by name or is he really like that good? Is it by name? Because he's LaMelo Ball. Because LaMelo Ball he has his own shoe. Everybody knows
He was a
LaMelo.
show.
He's
He
in
had his own
commercials,
show before the
everything.
NBA.
His family, like he has everything. He's he's not. What is he has? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I think everything is really high on LaMelo, and I'm like, not so fast. Not sure.
LaMelo.
And I'm a fan of
Yeah, that's my
LaMelo.
guy.
Is he actually better than Tyrese
I would say
Halliburton?
yes, 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 yes,
Is
yes.
he-
I
What?
can
Why?
definitively say yes. I
Why?
think he makes his, I know for sure he makes his teammates better than Halliburton does. Yeah, he
Does he?
does. Halliburton tries more like he does more like the energy glue guy stuff.
Halliburton's stats passing, what he does passing is just as good as what LaMelo does. It's not flashy. It's
Yeah,
not
but
gonna make
I'm still taking
Halliburton's an
I'm
elite
taking
passer.
LaMelo over Halliburton though, just off of abilities and his. I mean, he
Abilities.
produces too. The kid average. Let me go into his averages real quick. LaMelo Ball.
What's his averages?
Last season, he averaged.
What do you do?
LaMelo averaged 32 minutes a game, 20 points a game,
Mm-hmm.
8 assists a
Mm-hmm.
game, 7 rebounds a game. That is
Mm-hmm.
pretty good for a second year guy.
That is,
27 and 8. I'll take that.
that's pretty
Yeah, I'll
good.
take that. Now, if you're talking about star and like, does the production meet the hype yet? I would say it's getting there. It's not totally there yet, but I think it's headed in the right direction. Because if you look at his first year compared to his second year, he has some pretty good leaps. Offensively, defensively, he's probably gonna be the same guy until like he gets to that point where he wants to play defense. Like most young guys don't care to
Yeah,
play defense.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm taking
true,
I'm
true.
taking Lamelo. He averaged 20 points a game, eight rebounds. I mean 7 rebounds, 8 assists. There's not too many guys at his age or even older than him that can do that in the NBA. So I'm looking at a guy who, like I said, he hasn't matched the hype yet, but he's on his way. Like there's nothing that I've seen that I'm like, nah, I'm a second guess. I'm a sell my stock on Lamelo, or I'm not too sure about him.
It's not that I'm selling. It's not that I'm selling stock, but I really like because I like Lamelo and I like Halliburton. But I'm looking at the just from like when I don't.
Flagrant 3 podcast with Jerry. Now we're back after some technical difficulties, but you were saying about Lamelo.
I'm motherfucking trash.
God
No,
damn.
whatever. That's what somebody called him last week, though.
I saw that. I saw a tweet.
What?
Allegedly, an NBA player said that.
Yeah, that's
I'm a little skeptical.
but it's just like I don't know about the star thing. Is all I would say. Like I'm not sold on that quite yet. Like Ant, I'm sold. Ant's gonna be a star. Like I'd be.
Okay,
It
gonna be a
feel
star.
crazy if he's not. Lamelo, I don't know. A little bit Ben Simmonsy. Like you're a really good player. Make all star teams really popular, but are you actually a star? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Not sure. Not sold.
That's my son,
And they
but I'm
definitely
gonna
gonna
let it
be one of the
ride.
worst teams this year. My goodness.
They should. I want to make a podcast about that. They should.
I
If
don't
Michael Jordan
know
is
if
smart,
they win
they
more
should.
than like 27 games,
Oh, I
25
thought you were about to say
games.
20 games. I was about to say, oh my god.
They're gonna be bad. They're gonna be really bad.
Man, I hope they. I hope they are. I hope they are.
Yeah, they're gonna be
I hope they're bottom five bad.
bottom five bad.
Bottom five.
I think there's no way they're not bottom five bad.
Really? Because of Bridges?
Bridges definitely. There's not a lot of talent on that team. They have three guys, and everybody else is like, eh. Why-
Well, Melo, Hayward, Rozier.
everybody else in that team, I'm like,
Yeah.
like, I guess.
Coach too.
Yeah, not a lot of high level talent necessarily like on that team.
See, but that's the thing. Well, I hope MJ does the right thing and just says, "All right, let's blow it up." Go after Vic. That's what they should do.
Hasn't done that yet.
I well, he stumbled upon it to get Melo, but it definitely wasn't his intention.
Definitely wasn't.
No, it definitely wasn't. MJ don't have that in him.
No, no, no. Win by any means. The
For
winner.
what?
He punches on teammates. Man.
For what?
He punched Steve Kerr to win, though. Draymond, MJ, same thing. Listen,
Whoa!
heart of a champion.
You just called Draymond and MJ the same
Listen,
thing?
competitors.
Competitors.
You know what I'm saying? Ring.
What was Draymond punching to compete for?
What was what?
Why did Draymond punch? What was his competitive edge for? That money. That's what it was. Now I got a question. Why do you think MJ punched Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr got
You think he didn't run a play right? He didn't pass him the ball in
Steve
time?
Kerr got in his face after MJ, whatever. I think Steve Kerr actually pushed him first on that instance too.
Little Jordan
He actually
Poolish.
did. Like they got into it and Steve Kerr pushed him and MJ punched him. I could be wrong, but I think that's what happened.
Hothead Steve Kerr.
Seems about right.
I wonder if he swung back or he got knocked out like Poole did.
I don't think I think he caught a nice one and the team was like,
Can
hey,
you
hey,
imagine
hey,
Can you imagine Rodman having to pick Steve Kerr off the canvas?
The thing with the pool thing is like, which like everybody's like Draymond's an animal. None of his teammates really like dived in to help to stop anything.
Did
That's
not.
what that's the one thing that's like,
Like they seen somebody fall asleep before on their practice floor.
well, they just feel like, man, they've been going at it. Let them fight. Like whatever.
It was a matter. They probably did feel
That's
like it
what it
was a
seems
matter of
like
time.
everybody felt like it was a matter of time. Because I know I saw
Yeah,
say some they were going at it going to from the parking lot. They were going back and forth. They were getting into it, whatever and stuff. Like they were
yeah. They probably were like,
yeah, like they've been
finally.
going at yeah. They were like because everybody just stood and watched. Like all right, like finally, like let them two figure it out, whatever they had to do. Like the Warriors weren't as like this is so bad more than everybody else. They were like, Draymond gonna play game one. Actually, we're not
No
gonna even
suspension.
suspend him. Actually,
I don't even know if he got fined. Oh, I think they did say he got fined.
yeah,
Probably much of nothing.
yeah.
But yeah, that'll do it
But yeah,
for
that'll definitely do it. You know,
our top 10
yeah,
overrated
maybe we'll
NBA
get another
players
maybe we'll get another
podcast.
list in this week. You know what I'm saying?
We got to find out who did the trolling on that list.
They
We
gotta
need to
put a
get Dick
name. They gotta
Tracy
put
on
a
that
name
one.
on that one.
Get Dick Tracy on that
He'll
investigation.
figure it out. I think so.
But yeah, we'll be back.
But yeah, it wraps it up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple
Yep,
Music.
yep.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and we'll see you next time.
I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground and it go off. Yeah, hit the ground.